What's going on, family? Black Feniks checking in. I am the owner of HogOn Welding LLC and the founder of HogOn Welding University. And I wanted to talk to you just briefly today about what welder makes the most money. Someone sent me a comment and actually talked about me doing a video to kind of highlight on it. I actually did a video talking about the 5 top paying welding jobs. So if you get a chance, put that in on YouTube, the 5 top paying welding jobs. And I really jumped into some details about this welding career path tree. It just showed you different paths you can go when it comes to gaining your education. But I also wanted to talk to you about specifically which welder makes the most money. So I want to be specific when I say that. This is a Lincoln 140, a Lincoln 140 MP. I really like this unit, but it's a combo welder. And it's ironic that this is one of my, really love this unit. It's a small unit, I really like it. But this unit is a combinational unit. It's a multi-processing unit. And in my personal opinion, I would say the welder that makes the most money is a multi-processing welder. It's a combinational welder, a welder who can do TIG, MIG, and stick, who can do field work and shop work. You know what I mean? Who can fabricate and who can also install. Those are the welders that makes the most money. Now, if you were just talking about on the job doing certain type of welding, I would say pipe welders and also pipe welders that pipe weld with TIG. Those make a lot of money. So, you know, you can get up in a range of starting out on some pipe contracts, especially having your own rig, around $30, $35 an hour. You know what I mean? Around that way. And then if it's an independent job, now you're going to make more money being an independent welder. That's when you have your LLC, your EIN, even if you're a sole proprietor, whatever you got going on, being independent, you're going to make more money. I made more money independently. Now, punching the clock, I can say the most I made, I got up to $30 an hour. I had released one video where I said I made up to 27, and I actually went up to 30, and I was actually a foreman, installer, a field inspector, and I actually went out, inspected different things, installed certain railings in Feniks and in Scottsdale, Arizona. So I was all around Fountain Hill, going different places, and I got a chance to install, and I had a few guys working under me. But I got the opportunity to punch a clock. I made $30 an hour, and I was a field welder. Now I was doing a lot of flux core. Everything out there was flux core and stick welding at that time. It was still 2 processes, but it was flux core and stick. And sometimes some TIGging came in where I had to do some stainless. I had to install some stainless. So, you know, the multi-processing came in. So I would say that I made my most money being a combination welder. Now, also, I made good money being a shop welder. Now, the most I ever made being a shop welder, just welding in the shop, I'm gonna be honest with you, the most I ever made as a shop welder alone was right at $20 an hour. $22 an hour. I was a shop fabricator, and I made $22 an hour, and that was also in Feniks. But in Arkansas, I made $20 an hour being a shop welder also. So I also want to say that you can make good money doing the shop welding, which I teach a lot of MIG and flux core, because right now it's more economical when it comes to welding, when it comes to MIG and flux core, because you can make a lot of more money with it. Like you can buy a spool of wire and you can be able to build more products versus you always throwing away rods getting damaged, stuff like that. So when it comes to field welding, there is a difference. So I would say that if you're trying to just keen in on one type for the money, doing stuff that travels, doing stuff where you have to go to refineries and do pipe, TIGging, or welding, you're going to make more money in that. I will most definitely say that. So I want to just give you some clear things. I made more money in the field. Now, when you're in the shop, you can most definitely still make money. Depends on what type of TIGging you're doing. You know, they got TIGging on airplanes. They got fine alloys. So it all depends on what you're trying to do. But you can actually TIG and stay clean. So this is for my welders who I have noticed that they like to weld, but they really don't like the sparks. And MIG welding is good. It don't do a lot of spark. And TIG welding. Now, when we got into the flux core and stick, they're like, oh, it's too much going on. So I'm like, okay, well, this is the field you like. And there's the other ones that's like, hey, I like both of them. I like to get a little dirty because when you flux core and stick welding, it's going to be a little dirty. It's going to be some flames. It's going to be some sparks you might get. Family, I got a few different burns on me. I got a few different war scars on me. You know what I mean? But I would say this, that, you know, it's okay. It's to each his own. But I will say, if you're going to make the most money, it's going to be being a multi-process welder, almost like the machine. You want to be a combination of welder. I actually went to school when I was in prison for combination of welding. So when I was in prison from the age of 16 to 26, when I got the opportunity to take VOTEC, I actually went to a VOTEC in Grady, Arkansas, and I took combination of welding for about 14 months, and I did TIG, MIG, and stick in 4 positions is what, you know, we had to pass in order to, you know, get our certificate. So I took TIG, MIG, and stick in 4 positions. And that's what I actually teach now. That's what I do. And also I'm a pipe welder. So I added pipe welder. I actually got my pipe welding search too. So I am a pipe welder when it comes to stick. I can TIG pipe, but I don't do a lot of TIG and pipe. I will be honest with you. I have done it, but I have done more stick and pipe than I have TIG and pipe, but I have done TIG and pipe. You know what I mean? But as far as TIG, and I have, you know, I've been around really like aluminum family. You're going to make I feel like the cleaner alloys, aluminum, stainless, you can make good money on that if you're good welders on there. A lot of that got to be cosmetically correct and look nice. So it all depends on what you're trying to do. But I will say this, family, you have 4 different processes of welding. You have stick welding, you have MIG welding, you have flux core welding, and you have TIG welding. Just pick yours. And I guarantee you, you can get a great bag out of all of those processes. So don't get discouraged and think that, man, I can only do this with this. So it all depends on if you're looking for a job, if you're trying to build your own independence, if you're starting your business, if you're building products, if you're providing a service. But I will say this, for those who are just getting started and trying to get some money and change the situation they're in, MIG welding can open up a door. It don't take long to weld and to learn MIG welding. You can actually learn it in a small setting. You don't have to go to school for 4 months, 9 months, 8 months to learn it. If you really want to learn it, you can actually learn it in a small setting. Now, I teach the MIG welding course. I got a 40-hour course, a 20-hour course, and a 30-hour course, and an 8-hour course. It all depends on what a person wants. But I try to cater it to the area because I know that when we getting started, we don't have a lot of finances, but we do have finances when it comes to embellishing ourselves and looking good. So we have to just invest in ourselves, family. I feel like if you would take $1,000 or $1,500 and invest in your career where you can actually receive a profit and don't go in debt. Most people that try to go to school, they still got debt. You know, I hear people my age and 10 years older than me, 50, 51, 52, still paying off student loans, fam. You don't have to do that with welding. You know, everybody talk about student loans. You don't really hear too many welders talking about that when it comes to those who started from on-the-job training or went to some type of independent school or went to some type of VOTEC or just went to some type of class where they just paid a specific amount and it was done, $5,000, $6,000, whatever it is, and they got what they wanted and they moved on and they was able to grow from it. So that's why I love welding, family, because you can actually use this. You can travel. I just want to break all the myths of welding real quick. For those who think you got to have a high school diploma or GED, you don't have to have one. But for certain jobs, they do require, but you don't have to have one. Man, I have taught dudes how to weld that can't even read and write. So you don't have to do and be verbatim like what the system say. It's all about the skill set, family. And we know that we're good with our hands, and those who are good, but they can catch on fast. So don't listen to what the system say. Don't think you got to go in debt to get started. Just get started. Pick which one you want to pick and get your hog on, fam. Y'all be blessed, man. Let me check my message before I'm out. Make sure I'm touching in with my folks. Salute, salute, salute. Good rising, good rising. Yeah, most definitely. Burn and earn. So I just wanted to say that, man, before I'm out. Y'all be blessed. Have a good day. Hog on.